It's 10 o'clock. You're watching KMGH TV, live from Denver. This is Colorado 7 News with Lynn Setzer, Curt Sandoval on sports, and meteorologist Cliff Morrison with your first forecast. Colorado 7 News starts now.
The snowfall tapers off after 2 days, but more may be headed our way. As you can see in this live picture of downtown, the roads are still icy and it is plenty cold outside. That means the morning commute will be slow going, although today RTD had buses and light rail trains running on time. Most of the weather problems are in the mountains tonight. Heavy snow blankets much of the high country and the avalanche danger is extreme. And there's tragic proof of that tonight. Hello, I'm Lynn Setzer. A cross-country skier is trapped today in an avalanche. Her companion made it out alive. She did not. It happened in the backcountry north of I-70, about a mile and a half up in the Dry Gulch Canyon. Reporter Lance Hernandez is live near the scene of the slide. And Lance, we understand that they were both experienced skiers.
Experienced skiers, Lynn, and also very well known in the search and rescue and Loveland ski circles. We're told that the two victims were cross-country skiing in an area that was full of trees and full of loose snow.
The Loveland Ski Patrol used a snowmobile and 3 snowcats to reach the accident scene in Dry Gulch. Investigators say both victims were experienced skiers.
Whether they triggered an avalanche or it happened naturally, we're not sure. Male party got out after about 20 minutes. Dug around, did find his companion, female companion, 45 years old.
Sheriff Kruger says the male party tried to revive his companion, and when he couldn't, he skied to Loveland for assistance. Rescuers used a snowcat to retrieve the body. It was brought back to Loveland Ski Area, where the coroner has now begun his investigation.
All right, it looks like authorities are still withholding the names of the victims. And Lynn, apparently today's fatality is the 5th avalanche-related fatality in Colorado this snow season. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Lance. An avalanche has claimed another life tonight, this time in Utah. It was in Big Cottonwood Canyon near the Solitude Ski Resort. Helicopters were called in when 2 men got trapped in the slide. One was killed instantly. The other is in critical condition with 2 broken legs. The slide is more than 50 feet wide and 100 feet long. There are avalanche warnings posted in many areas tonight because of the massive snowfall in the mountains. And tonight, several roads remain blocked because of slides. Here they are: McClure Pass on Highway 133, Berthoud Pass at US 40, and Loveland Pass at US 6. Crews are working on the slides, but at this hour, they do not expect these to be open by morning. The search has ended for the night for a missing skier from Winter Park. 26-year-old Chris Sendry was last seen yesterday afternoon on Mary Jane. Now, rescuers spent all day looking for him, but they didn't find him. They'll start the search again first thing in the morning. Your drive to work first thing in the morning could be a bit tricky. Many roads will be icy and snow-packed, and RTD says there could be some delays if you ride the bus. Today, there weren't too many problems. Most of the buses were running on time. Some were just a few minutes late. If you're thinking about taking the bus or light rail to work in the morning and want to check ahead, here's the number to call. That's 299-6000. And we do have a couple of school closings and delays to tell you about now. All schools in the Clear Creek County School District will be closed tomorrow, and Lutheran High School here in Denver will be on the delay schedule. It looks like the worst may be over for now, but not for long. Cliff Morrison is outside of our building at Spear and Lincoln with our first forecast. Cliff?
Oh, it's cold enough out here, I'll tell you that. We're out front of Broadcast Plaza here in Spear and Lincoln, and the one sound that you hear now is the sound you're going to hear tomorrow morning, and that's the spinning tires. Give yourself some early time on your way to work, wherever you're going tomorrow, because the streets out here are very slick, and I'll bet you they're going to remain slick again tomorrow in the morning. You can bet on that. It's about 6 degrees right now, and the overnight low is going to be 3. And when you bounce out of bed tomorrow, I think at around 7 o'clock in the morning or so, temperature is going to be 8. We may get to 34 by noon, and the high should be about 35. And then around 7 o'clock at night, 70, yeah, don't you wish, about 28 degrees. Anyway, it's cold out here. Prepare for more cold weather for another day or 2. I've got a 40-degree temperature for you at the end of the week. You're going to love it, and it's free. That's the deal from me to you.
70 degrees is very wishful thinking. Right. Thank you.
Sure, your dream.
Well, in other news tonight, under tight security, jurors in the O.J. Simpson trial take an unusual field trip. They visited Nicole Simpson's home, the restaurant where she ate her last meal, and O.J. Simpson's mansion. Susan Parks is following developments in the case and joins us now with more. Susan?
Well, Lynn, the prosecution and the defense believe this field trip will enable the jurors to better understand the evidence in the case. Meantime, a Denver private eye says he has evidence that O.J. Simpson has been following Ron Goldman. Denver private investigator Robert Peterson says his agency has delivered to the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office the names of 2 witnesses who saw O.J. Simpson stalking Ron Goldman.
We have strong evidence that, in fact, he was 3 to 4 weeks prior to the murder. That's very, very damaging to the defense.
Jurors visited Ron Goldman's apartment today as part of their field trip. They spent 1 minute at the apartment and 1 minute at the Mezzaluna restaurant before traveling to Nicole Brown Simpson's condo. Along the way, large crowds had to be pushed back.
Folks, if you would either move towards the barricades or on the sidewalk.
Jurors toured the murder scene in groups of 4, many taking notes. At the request of the Brown family, O.J. Simpson was not allowed to go near Nicole's home. He remained in the police car a block away, but that was an issue that had to be settled earlier in the day in open court.
At no time has Mr. Simpson ever desired to go to or be at the Bundy scene.
After 2 hours at the Bundy condo, jurors traveled to Simpson's estate, about a 10-minute drive. Inside, they saw O.J.'s bedroom, Cato Kalin's room, and O.J.'s trophy room. Simpson stood outside talking with deputies. He was not wearing handcuffs or shackles, and contrary to earlier reports, was not wearing any type of electronic restraining device. During today's tour, jurors were not allowed to ask questions or touch anything. Lynn, signs posted at certain points explained the relevance of what they saw today.
It was a very strange sight today.
Very unusual day in court, definitely.
Thanks, Susan. Well, here's an idea that some parents may love and some students may hate. 3 Denver schools could adopt year-round schedules. Columbian, Colfax, and Bryant Webster elementary schools are proposing the year-round idea to promote learning. They have until Wednesday to give the school board a plan on the new program. There's more trouble for Surgeon General nominee Dr. Henry Foster. Still ahead tonight, what Republicans are saying about his confirmation. This little guy may resemble a rat, but some people are doing anything they can to save it. Those stories are next. And then later on in sports on the back page, don't let his size fool you. He's a killer on the court.
If you want the safety of dual airbags, think Ford Windstar. If you want the security of 4-wheel anti-lock brakes and front-wheel drive, think Ford Windstar. And if you want a low lease rate of only $299 a month, think Ford Windstar. And every Windstar comes with the convenience of 24-hour roadside assistance. So when it comes to safety and tough Rocky Mountain weather, think Ford Windstar at $299 a month. And think your local Ford dealer.
Think Ford first.
Some facts about one of the most progressive 4-year colleges in the state that may surprise you. With 1,200 full-time students, we offer the only competency-based skills guarantee program in the state, recognized for innovation by Colorado's leading business publications, awarded the best use of an advisory board and best community service achievement. Since 1945, reinventing what a college education is all about. Denver Technical College.
You want more adventure? Keystone has adventure. The Outback. Keystone has what Colorado wants.
Only dreaming. Escape. Calvin Klein. Your gift with any $40 Escape purchase. At Foley's.
You've always known that Volvo is one of the safest cars on the road and one of the industry's most innovative cars. But did you know that it's also a Colorado snow car? Yep, the Volvo 850 with front-wheel drive. It allows you to maneuver and hold the road in tough situations, the kind a Colorado winter can dish out and get you where you're going in style. The Volvo 850, sedans and sports wagons. our front-wheel drive answer to your Colorado winters.
I think that in the wake of Dr. Elders, that it's been too divisive a position, and I think people are ready for a Dr. Welby, M.D., who can work with every element of American society.
Republican Senator Phil Gramm predicts Surgeon General nominee Henry Foster won't get Senate approval. The 61-year-old obstetrician and gynecologist is under fire for performing abortions. Foster, though, is vowing to return to Washington this week to fight for his confirmation. Another political battle, but this one involves the Mexican army. More in tonight's World in a Minute. Protests are underway in Mexico City. Thousands are voicing their anger over the Army's clampdown on the state of Chiapas. The Southern Territory was seized by rebels more than a year ago, but protesters believe the government could have done more to reach a peaceful solution. The body of a missing construction worker was found today in Japan. The 59-year-old man was killed when steam gushed out of an active volcano, causing tons of debris to fall into the road. In Germany, Chancellor Helmut Kohl attended a special mass in Dresden. The memorial service was held to remember the Allied attack that leveled the city 50 years ago tomorrow. There were some minor protests. No one was arrested. And an effort is underway by Australia's government to save this unique-looking animal. It's a bilby, once hunted by Aborigines for food. There are only a few hundred left. And that's tonight's World in a Minute. Coming up next at 10 o'clock, imagine what it would be like if you could barely breathe. That's what millions of Americans face each day as they battle emphysema. But that may change. We'll explain this medical breakthrough in our Target 7 report.
Lots of car dealers promise to save you money. But your Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge dealers deliver during big winter clearance. Right now, get up to $1,000 in cash back or 4.9% financing on the best-selling Plymouth Voyager and Dodge Caravan starting from $16,220. to $20. Get into Plymouth Grand Voyager and Grand Caravan and get up to $1,000 or 4.9% financing. Big winter clearance is here, but only for a limited time at your Front Range Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge dealer now.
Steve, how can one phone line do the work of two? I don't know. How can you prioritize your incoming calls? I don't know. Ask me something about plumbing. Don't worry, Steve. The small business group at US West is here to handle your phones. And now during our free installation proclamation, we're installing lots of products free. Call us to find out which ones can help your business. After all, you know plumbing. And we know phones. The small business group at US West.
It's an idea that'll take you places. It's a feeling that you're on your way. It's a whole new attitude that the sky belongs to you. That's the spirit. The airline of the West, that's the spirit. It's the spirit of our land. It's the spirit of our camp. The spirit of the West. The spirit of frontier.
Monday, in a Target 7 investigation, it looks like proof of automobile insurance.
And I know a lot of people that would give anything to have one of these cars.
But the insurance company is phony, the coverage non-existent, and if you get into an accident with someone holding this card, you could be left holding the bill.
If it's legal, then why don't you talk to me about it?
John Ferrugia exposes this scheme and confronts the man behind the counterfeit card on Colorado 7 News at 10.
In our Target 7 report tonight, a medical breakthrough for people who live with emphysema. Doctors at University Hospital are making it easier to breathe for some patients. In Target 7, Ernie Bjorkman looks at the procedure that has become a new breath of fresh air.
And I would think that he would be able to come off the oxygen after the surgery.
These doctors are briefing each other about a new procedure. It's called lung reduction. During this remarkable procedure, the defective part of the patient's lung is stapled off and then removed, improving their ability to breathe deep once again.
The operation consists of reducing your lung volume by taking off the worst part of your disease reducing the volumes of your lungs back towards normal so that your chest wall and diaphragm can begin functioning in a normal manner.
Doctors say this procedure is not a cure for emphysema, but for Patty Clemenson, it has brought her new hope.
I was on oxygen for 2.5 years prior to the surgery. And unlike a transplant, you don't get off the oxygen immediately. It's as you build yourself up from exercising that your breathing gets better and better. This is so amazing. It's just so wonderful not to be hooked up to a machine after 2.5 years of having it 24 hours a day.
Dr. Zamora and Pomerantz are now participating in a national clinic trial at University Hospital in Denver, and they're now seeking new patients. Ernie Bjorkman, Colorado 7 News.
Not all emphysema patients qualify for the lung reduction procedure, so check with your doctor first. And for more information, call University Hospital at 270-8527. Our winter blast continues tonight. Cliff will tell us how long it will last, so stay with us.
Every day, Nissan sells about 1,800 cars and trucks. Why? Because Nissan's on a roll. In fact, we've outsold Honda for 2 straight years. With great cars like the all-new Maxima, Motor Trend's Import Car of the Year, and Altima, which has exceeded all expectations. And to keep things rolling during Nissan's on a roll sales event, we're offering financing with no payments for 90 days. 90 days, we could sell 160,000 cars and trucks. Better hurry.
Guys and gift wrapping are a bad mix. Elton John, Phil Collins, and Whitney Houston are a great mix. The best variety of the 70s, 80s, and 90s is on Mix 107.5. Expectations and reality are a bad mix. Rod Stewart, Billy Joel, and Mariah Carey are a great mix. For the best variety of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, turn on the station whose name means variety. Mix 107.5.
Why I like Iron Kids bread. I just like the taste of white bread. He loves white bread. I like wheat bread.
I only like white. I can hear now.
Iron Kids bread has many important nutrients, so it's nutritious.
If she's happy, I'm happy.
And with Iron Kids bread, we don't argue about what to eat. I buy it, I eat it.
Iron Kids has the taste kids love.
With all the fiber of whole wheat bread.
The bread parents and kids can agree on.
Dear foreign car owners, when it comes to fixing brakes, foreign cars aren't foreign to Midas. That's why we offer same-day brake service and guaranteed brake shoes and pads for as long as you own your car.
そして今あなたがお持ちの国産車外車をマイダスへお持ちいただくと
Get 25% off guaranteed brake shoes and pads. That's 25% off brake shoes and pads for any car at the Midas International Brake Sale.
Vilket språk man än talar, detta är ett erbjudande värt att bromsa för.
Colorado 7 weather is brought to you by Nighthawk carbon monoxide detectors.
Nice to have you back inside with us, nice and warm. Pretty chilly out there, isn't it?
It is chilly, and I have a full, tell you about what's happening in the mountains. But first, I want to go outside to, because I came in, but we left John Parsons, the photographer, outside. Hello, John. He's going to, hi, John. Go ahead, throw the ball. Throw that snowball, buddy. You know, you get 3 tries per quarter, John. Go ahead, one more. That's 2. And one more, John. You're allowed one more.
That was close.
All right. Pretty close. Thanks, John Parsons out there. It is mighty chilly. And here's the way we've got this plan for this evening and for tomorrow. A little more snow for the high country, north and central mountains, the southwest mountains. Also, there's an avalanche warning in effect through parts of tomorrow, at least in the morning hours, and a winter storm warning down there around the Sangre de Cristo and Wet Mountains. And that is all because they're looking for up to a foot of snow down there in the Sangre de Cristos, maybe 1 inch to 3 inches in the eastern and southeastern plains, and perhaps up to 7 inches in the high country, especially in the northern and northwestern facing slopes. So that's the story. And I'll tell you, this has been a system that is just stuck over us and refuses to move. It's 6 degrees now. The winds are from the north at 5. Wind chill factor about 2. The relative humidity 87%. The barometer is rising. Our mile high today, 15 at 250 this afternoon. That's all. That's it. 7 degrees with the low temperature at midnight. We'd normally get up to 46, and the low temperature would be 20. The record high 72, the record low 21 below. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:55, and sunset will occur at 5:32. I think you might see a sunset tomorrow afternoon. That's about it, though. Look at these temperatures. It is getting colder even as we speak, and I think even a few more degrees from what we have here right now. -1 in Aurora, Broomfield 5, Estes Park 1, 2 degrees in Evergreen, Golden 1, and Lakewood coming in at 4 degrees. And as you look at the state, I got to tell you, the best place to be today, the best place was Durango. For some reason, they have a temperature there of 40. Their high today was 45. In comparison, not bad. Lowest temperature 6 below, and that was the temperature, the current temperature in Lyman. Look at this system. It just refuses to move. It's hanging over us. By tomorrow, the jet stream is going to kick that off to the east, and as it does, it is going to give us a break. The snow is just about stopped, but this other system, actually it's part of the same thing, is going to move down from the northwest, where it has already dropped up to 15 inches of snow in some of the mountains in the Pacific Northwest. And while that's going to happen, we think that'll affect us by about Tuesday or so. While that's affecting, very cold air will be moving into the central part of the nation, and that's going to cool us off a lot, too, and showers and thunderstorms down around the southeast. A little bit of everything for everybody. What we have for tomorrow, 32 to 35 in the west central valleys, with perhaps some rain and snow mixed. 20 to 28 in the high country. Snow in the morning, partly cloudy skies, maybe in the afternoon. Same thing goes for the plains. Some snow in the morning, not a lot, but again, some partly cloudy skies in the afternoon. Temperatures may get up to 42 or so in the southeast. But look at this. Overnight low 3. Cloudy skies. Snow has ended. For the most part, snow has ended, and we won't expect it for tomorrow either. High temperature 35. Partly cloudy by tomorrow afternoon. 40 degrees on Tuesday. There's that chance of snow late on Tuesday and early on Wednesday. Not a big shot. It's going to be here and gone. High of 35 on Wednesday, 25 on Thursday as that cold air settles in, and then we recover. That's my free 40-degree temperature that I'm going to give you on Friday.
Thank you very much. But I still love that 70-degree temperature you mentioned earlier in the show.
I don't know where that came from.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about that.
No, I don't think so.
But we do like the free thing, nonetheless, Cliff. Thank you. Coming up in sports, what a night. You know, you never know tennis could be mastered by an 8-year-old. We'll have that story on our back page. And the Nuggets, Dikembe Mutombo was among the stars on hand with the All-Star game. All the highlights next in sports.
10 points for Dikembe.
You'll know when you check the house at night. You'll know when you put the kids to bed. With the Nighthawk carbon monoxide detector, you'll always know exactly how much carbon monoxide is in your home. Only Nighthawk has an alarm and a constant digital readout for the earliest possible warning if levels start to rise. Insist on a Nighthawk carbon monoxide detector, because what you don't know can hurt you.
Denver talks about KYGO-FM.
There's only one country station in Denver, and that's KYGO. One great country song after another. And a lot less talk.
Just continuous country music.
12 songs in a row are great.
12 good songs in a row, no repeat.
Sometimes 15, even 30.
Shenandoah, Winona, Randy, Alan Jackson, I'll take them all. KYGO is always playing the greatest song.
Everybody that I know listens to it.
If I'm in the car, so is KYGO. KYGO is playing the best country in Denver.
It's the best country, KYGO.
Most of us will buy and sell a home only 2 or 3 times in our lives. Not enough to understand the contracts, the closings, the small details. So consider the fact that every Metro broker is an experienced realtor, and that every Metro broker owner has an average of 17 years in the business. You can forget about the details and start thinking about your dreams.
Tom Collins presents the Campbell Soups 1995 tour of World Figure. The Campbell Soups 1995 tour of World Figure Skating Champions. See the world's best. Oksana Bayul, Brian Boitano, Nancy Kerrigan, Victor Petrenko, Elvis Stoico, Surya Bonalise, Philippe Candeloro, and more. Don't miss the Campbell Soups 1995 tour of World Figure Skating Champions.
Coming to McNichol Sports Arena. Tickets on sale now at the box office and all Ticketmaster outlets. Charged by phone, call 8306.
Colorado 7 Sports is brought to you by your Front Range Jeep Eagle dealers.
No regular basketball this weekend, but great all-star game.
And this is certainly one of the reasons why the Nuggets want a new arena, because they hope to attract an all-star game here someday.
That'd be great.
Yeah, it would be great. You know, the stars were shining in Phoenix tonight, including the Nuggets' Dikembe Mutombo. And you have to wonder if they'll do this fireworks thing at the opening of DIA in a couple of weeks. It also has a tent roof. And if you had $1 for every slam dunk in this game, you could start a nice little retirement account. The NBA is fantastic. Even the Gorilla joined the Slam Fest in Phoenix. And Dikembe Mutombo's rip of the league office helped him to the All-Star game. He just about ripped down the rim here. Mutombo hit 6 of his 8 shots tonight on his way to 12 points for the West. He represented the Nuggets pretty well. And the East was out of it by the second quarter. Still, Shaquille O'Neal, worth the price of admission. He had 22 points tonight. But Sacramento's Mitch Richmond brought a hot hand to the land of the sun. He hit from here. He hit from there. He hit from just about everywhere. 10 of 13 gave him the MVP trophy. The West takes it 139 to 112. Mitch Richmond said he played with a purpose tonight.
So I was dedicated to my great-grandmother and my grandmother who passed away the past 2 summers. That, you know, used to be at all my basketball games when they get a chance, but they were very sick and couldn't make it to any. But I dedicated that to them.
Good to hear. Well, the All-Star weekend is loaded with fun and laughs, but a group of reporters weren't laughing when they asked the Phoenix Suns' Charles Barkley about groupies following NBA players.
That's another media misconception. You know, everybody talks about groupies, this and that. Number one, they should get a life. But number two, I mean the media. But number two, any guy out there in society who's handsome or got a lot of money, women are going to try to talk to him. So the groupie thing is a sick subject, and you guys should get a life.
Chuck, how do you really feel? Well, tomorrow Golden State coach and general manager Don Nelson will step down. The Warriors will pay him a $1 million settlement. Bob Lanier is expected to be named interim head coach. He probably will not be calling the Nuggets interim coach Gene Littles for any suggestions. Well, there's certainly nothing wrong with being the best in the Big 8. However, the CU women want to be the best in the nation. They met Missouri today, and there's something about winning that makes the band sound very good. Well, former Doherty High School star Erin Schultz, number 44, looked impressive. She muscles in there. In fact, the sophomore led Colorado with 17 points today. Look at the feed to her there. Nice reverse layup. CU by 30 at the half. In fact, 11 of the 14 ladies on the roster scored, including Shelly Garcia there. Colorado wins at 79-57, and this team has a vision.
If we plan on going to the Final Four or doing something past the regionals, you have to be the best in your conference first.
Ever since I've been here, we've kind of lost it at the end of the year by slipping up on a game. And I think, you know, this team doesn't want that to happen.
Well, that was the ladies' 15th consecutive win. In fact, the Buffs can win a share of at least a part of the Big 8 title, their 3rd consecutive, if they can win at home Friday night against Nebraska. Connecticut coach Jim Calhoun hoping to be #1 in the country this week. That's what's on hand as they met Syracuse. That's Travis Knight who said good night for the Huskies. In fact, UConn by 3, under 2 minutes left in the game. Syracuse lets the ball and the game slip away. Connecticut takes it 77-70. UConn should be #1 this week with a 19-1 record. North Carolina #1, they won today, but they lost earlier in the week. So did #2 Kansas. Connecticut, with its win, should be #1. And look at Kentucky. They only beat Notre Dame by 39. California beats Arizona, upsets them with a layup with 2 seconds left. To Daytona Beach, the ARCA 200 turned into a wild ride. Bobby Browsher's car is on top of Andy Belmont's. When it slides down, it barrel rolls 5 times. Only thing more spectacular than that crash, folks, is the fact Browsher climbed out of his car and said, "Howdy doody, I'm just fine." Waved to the crowd, he was okay. The accident happened with 3 laps to go, so Andy Hillenberg won it under a yellow caution. Let's go to the PGA Tour, which is on the shores of San Diego and Torrey Pines, and this canyon is a golf ball magnet. Trust me. Last week, Peter Jacobsen was searching for his first win in 5 years. Today, he won his 2nd consecutive tournament for the first time in his 19-year career, helped by that birdie. He took the Buick by 4 strokes. He's won, get this, $468,000 in 2 weeks. That's more money than he's won in 5 different years on the tour. Well, in an effort to cover all the major sports this week, we turn to tennis and our back page tonight. think back to when you were in 3rd grade and what kind of athletic skills you had developed. Keep those thoughts in mind as you watch 8-year-old Kimberly Romero, a 3rd grade tennis tycoon.
The first thing that impresses you is that she's small.
Good things do come in small packages.
Sometimes I expect more out of her than I should.
It's difficult to expect too much from an 8-year-old.
Okay, Kim, good.
Kimberly Romero isn't much taller than the net, but this 4-footer has a big game.
All right, now I'm doing pretty good, so as long as I'm doing fine, I'll keep playing.
We'll do the ground stroke drill.
Tennis is a sport where the athletes usually turn pro before they get their driver's license. We're not suggesting Kimberly is the next Steffi Graf, but an early start can lead to a long career.
If she's going to develop muscle memory or any type of habits, it's the first time you get hit the ball, your first impressions is when it's going to happen. Her skills are so far ahead of her size. It's very common for people to mingle around the court when she's hitting because they're not used to seeing this small person with perfect stroke. Nice overhead.
Romero finished 3rd in the state junior tournament. Very good considering she played against 10-year-olds. There isn't an 8-year-old bracket.
I don't care if they're bigger than me or older. It's just that I do my best.
It's interesting, her coach has a standing bet with his 16-year-old to come play his little 8-year-old anytime he wants to have a little challenge.
He hasn't done it yet.
No, he has not.
I bet we're going to be seeing a lot more of her.
I think you're right, Lynn.
Thanks, Kurt. Still to come tonight, an unusual discovery for a man who just wanted to hear a little music. The cold weather sent this snake into hiding, and you won't believe where.
How incredible a value is the all-new Eagletown? This is exciting. Certified government accountant Warren Kruger is here to help us find out. Take her for a spin. Come off. He's off. Warren, the wonder accountant, is back. Warren, what do you think?
Sounds great. 140 horsepower engine, dual airbags, double wishbone suspension.
What would the U.S. government pay for something like this?
14 million tops.
Shouldn't that decimal point be over there?
Yeah.
Test drive a Talon at your Jeep and Eagle dealer or call us.
Well, this is it. This is where we start.
Finally. Just the two of us, alone.
The big picture.
It's the little things. Let's be kids again. Seize the day.
Plan for the future. Whether you're starting out or starting over, everyone's at home with Ethan Allen. Come in and see what's on sale.
Time is precious.
What's the rush?
You know, finding the right pair of eyeglasses is a tough thing. At LensCrafters, I've got everything I need to help someone find a pair of eyeglasses that they'll really love. Whether it's lightweight lenses, comfortable fitting frames, a specific shape, color, or certain price. Whatever my customers need. And we're LensCrafters. The glasses are ready in about an hour, so my customers go home happy. If I've made it easier to find the right pair, then I'm happy too.
LensCrafters, helping people see better, 1 hour at a time. Now open in Southwest Plaza.
Football's over, but now at Cherry Creek Dodge, you've got the home court advantage because our goal is to sell more cars, trucks, vans, minivans, custom vans this month than ever before. That means Ram Truck, the winner, just $12,995. Dakota's $99.95. Over 200 Caravans take your best shot from only $189 a month. The rookie Neon's $99.95. Even Intrepid's getting the game at just $16,995. At Cherry Creek Dodge, we'll jump through hoops for you because nobody beats a deal in Doug Deal. Nobody. We'll never lose a deal over price, never. So take time out and see us now.
Well, talk about your monument to winter. Look at this 44-foot high ice tree in the Midwest. A family in Indianapolis does this every year. All it takes is some tree branches, some water, and, of course, icy temperatures. Finally, tonight, bone-chilling weather is at the heart of our next story. A pet boa constrictor in North Carolina was just looking for a little warmth and maybe some music. His owner took him for a ride in the car, and the snake decided to curl up in the dashboard in the stereo. It took a car stereo expert and a little coaxing to get the big snake to come out into the cold. And that's the news on this Sunday night. Be sure to join Ann Trujillo and Russ Spencer for the latest road conditions tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and have a great week.
7 News, voted Denver's #1 newscast by the Associated Press.
For 3 big days, this Friday, Saturday, and Monday in O'Mara, we've selected 2 of our most popular vehicles, Escort and Ranger, for a very special offer. $80 down, $80 a month for Ranger or Escort. Your choice. Real vehicles, real value, equipped just the way you want. Like Escort, dual airbags, rear spoiler, aluminum wheels, and AM/FM stereo cassette. Escort and Ranger, just $80 down at O'Mara Ford Center, 104th and I-25.
Bruno was excited when he heard the Vail Valley had 42 cats. He was somewhat disappointed to learn they weigh 8 tons each. Hey, ski animals, save up to $8 at Vail, Beaver Creek Resort, and Arrowhead Mountain with new discount lift tickets. Available at Metro Denver, Christie Sports, Guard Sports, REI, and Breeze Ski Rentals. The Vail Valley, there's no comparison.
As time passes, we'll all have some rough road ahead. So we built the Mazda Millennia to have a smoother ride than even a Lexus ES300. The Millennia from Mazda. They say money will go farther in the new Millennia, and apparently it's true, because you can lease one for just $349 a month and $1,000 down. The new Millennia from Mazda.
Because new things don't show up every day. You need to take advantage of them when they arrive. Like the new line of Packard Bells now at Best Buy. This one comes with a fast Intel Pentium processor, big hard drive, lots of memory, CD-ROM, monitor, over $800 worth of software, and an inkjet printer, all for $19.98. Plus, make no payments for 6 months on everything. So if you want a new Packard Bell, opportunity's knocking all week long at Best Buy.
Get the best in movie reviews. 11:05 tonight on Colorado's 7.